In recent days, Sheryl Swoopes has found herself in a delicate spot. After dismissing Caitlin Clark, her stance has taken an ironic twist. Let's revisit Swoopes' words. "I think the Olympic break really benefited Indiana. Shout out to Lexi Hull. I'm a big fan. She shot lights out against Seattle. Kelsey Mitchell is on fire, just sinking shot after shot. Aliyah Boston is nearly posting triple-doubles. If Indiana keeps this up, they'll rise in the standings." Yet, the real twist. Swoopes had no idea what Caitlin was about to unleash in the days that followed.
8 assists, 15 points in the first half, looking to add to her tally. Ooh.
This play happened against the Chicago Sky, where Caitlin Clark effortlessly escaped Camila Cardoso's defense with a brilliant step back. It's worth noting that Cardoso had just come off a game where she blocked, if memory serves, 5 of Wilson's shots. But against Caitlin, it was a different story. After Swoopes dismissed her, Clark obliterated those arguments with jaw-dropping performances, forcing everyone to reconsider the WNBA's future. Since the Olympic break, Clark has been on an otherworldly level, averaging 24.5 points and 9 assists over her last 7 games. This should leave Sheryl Swoopes red-faced. But there's more. Clark's impact on the Indiana Fever is staggering. The team is now leading the lead in several key areas. Number 1 in points per game at 91, nearly hitting the century mark each outing. Number 1 in three-point shooting at 40.7%, and number 1 in offensive rating at 111. This makes them the most efficient offensive team in the league, with a 6-1 record since the break to show for it. The Fever have gone from a middling team to genuine title contenders. Now tell me, how can anyone look at these numbers and not mention Caitlin Clark? It's like discussing the 90s Bulls without mentioning Michael Jordan. Impossible. Clark's impact is undeniable, playing at a level that many veterans only dream of, and she's doing it with ease. Sheryl Swoopes, it's time to stop ignoring the rookie who's making the entire league rethink the limits of women's basketball. But it's not just Clark making waves. The Fever as a whole have transformed into a feared team, and a big part of that is Lexi Hull's rise to the starting lineup. Hull has been nothing short of revelation. She's brought energy and grit that's contagious, never giving up on a play, whether it's diving for a loose ball or sprinting coast to coast to defend. Hull's influence extends far beyond the stat sheet. Hull is the kind of player who excels at all the little things that might not show up in the box score, but are crucial for winning. Her relentless effort has elevated the entire team's intensity. With Hull and Clark on the court together, the Fever have transformed into a well-oiled machine. It's interesting that Sheryl Swoopes singled out Hull in her comments, rightly so, as Hull deserves the praise. But what Swoopes either didn't realize or chose to overlook is how Clark's presence elevates Hull's game, along with the rest of the Fever. The Fever is no longer the team others see on the schedule and chalk up as an easy win. Now, when teams face the Fever, they know they're in for a tough battle. This transformation from underdog to playoff contender is one of the most thrilling stories of the WNBA season. Now let's discuss the moment that sealed Sheryl Swoopes' fate and silenced her criticisms. If there was any lingering doubt about who deserves the Rookie of the Year award, Caitlin Clark erased it in a game many saw as the definitive showdown between the top 2 contenders. Clark faced off against Angel Reese, and what did she do? She simply dominated, dropping 31 points and breaking records in the process. This wasn't just another great game, it was a statement. While Swoopes was busy ignoring Clark in her comments, the rookie was out there proving why she can't be ignored. That game against Reese was more than just a win for the Fever, it was the moment Clark etched her name on the Rookie of the Year trophy. It was the exclamation point on her season, a declaration to the basketball world. You can overlook me in interviews, but you can't ignore me on the court. The more Sheryl Swoopes tries to downplay Caitlin Clark's achievements, the brighter the rookie shines. It's like every word Swoopes doesn't say turns into another point or assist for Clark. But things are about to heat up. The Indiana Fever have crucial games coming up, with the most anticipated being against A'ja Wilson's Las Vegas Aces. This isn't just another game. It's a clash that could define legacies. On one side, there's A'ja Wilson, the reigning MVP. On the other, Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation, breaking all expectations. If Clark leads the Fever to victories against the Aces and keeps up her incredible play, she's no longer just in the Rookie of the Year conversation, she's a serious MVP contender. A rookie competing for MVP against players like A'ja Wilson, that's something the WNBA has never seen. It's the kind of moment that redefines what's possible. Caitlin Clark doesn't just meet challenges, she thrives on them. Every time someone doubts her, she responds on the court with even more fire. These upcoming games against the Aces aren't just crucial for the Fever's standings. They're Clark's chance to prove she's a force in the league, no matter her age. And here's the best part. This is just the beginning. Clark is only in her first year. With more experience and stronger chemistry, the future of the Fever and the WNBA looks brighter than ever. With Clark at the center, the player Sheryl Swoopes ignored, but everyone else can't stop talking about. Let's step back and see the bigger picture. Caitlin Clark isn't just an incredible player, she's sparking a shift in the WNBA. Arenas are filling up, ticket sales are booming, and social media is buzzing with her highlights. Clark isn't just raising her game, she's changing how people see women's basketball. And the most exciting part is, there's so much more to come. Clark is inspiring a new generation of players. Countless young girls are watching her and dreaming, I want to be like that. She's not just pushing the limits for herself, but expanding possibilities for all future players. That's why Sheryl Swoopes' comments are so frustrating. By ignoring Clark, Swoopes isn't just overlooking one player. She's missing a chance to celebrate a pivotal moment in women's basketball. What's truly amazing is that Clark doesn't need validation from Swoopes or anyone else. She's forging her own path, reshaping expectations, and inspiring millions. So, the next time someone tries to downplay Clark's impact or women's basketball, remember this. We're witnessing history in the making, and it's only the beginning. Clark is already breaking records and defying expectations as a rookie. Just imagine what she'll achieve with more experience. 1, 2, or even 3 seasons down the line. The sky might not even be the limit for her potential. And it's not just about her individual achievements. The Fever, once seen as mediocre, are now serious playoff contenders. Imagine what could happen if Clark leads them to the playoffs. Imagine Caitlin Clark facing the league's best teams in the high-press series. Picture her sinking a game-winning shot at the buzzer in Game 3. The potential for iconic moments and historic performances is right before us. One thing is certain, the future of women's basketball has never looked so bright, exciting, and full of possibilities. What do you think? Caitlin Clark is rewriting the game, showing that Sheryl Swoopes and other critics are out of touch. Do you believe Clark has a real shot at MVP this season? What are your expectations for the games against the Aces? And what's your take on Sheryl Swoopes' stance on Clark?
8 assists, 15 points in the first half, looking to add to her tally. Ooh.
Could it be jealousy, or is there something we're missing? Leave your thoughts below. We want to hear your views on the future of the WNBA and Caitlin Clark's impact. If you enjoyed this discussion and want to stay updated on WNBA news, analysis, and debates, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.